Alright lads, so today we have 4 new resurrections coming to the game. We're going to be talking about them in this video, and at the same time, it's not the 4 characters we were expecting it to get resurrected. I think a lot of us were expecting 1,000 Year Blood War Round 4, and to our surprise, it's no 1,000 Year Blood War Round 4, it's instead the New Year banner, Mayuri, Rukia, and Aaroniero, but also QUINCY ICHIGO. I was expecting these characters to get resurrected, but I thought they would do them at the end of the month, so I guess Caleb had changed the way they're doing it. 1,000 Year Blood War Round 4 should still get resurrected, and I guess we'll get news of that in around 2 or so weeks' time. Or we have to wait for 1,000 Year Blood War 2 to start in July, and no. Now, with that said, let's focus on these 2 banners, right? It was a very weird time back in 2018, by the way. This is the first time for Global's anniversary. You got like an original character. And the whole reason for that, for the most part, if you don't know, was that we couldn't get 1,000 Year Blood War characters. At this point, back in 2017, end of year was always going to be either 1,000 Year Blood War or Spirits Are There With You. In this case, for 2018, end of year, we didn't have a limited banner to give us. So that's why we got like our first and only original character for the end of year or Global's anniversary. And it's so weird that they dropped 2 banners at the same time. Never happened before. It's the first time they've ever done this and the only time they've ever done a New Year's banner. And in this case, on the same day, we got a 3% rate with 3 new characters, Mayuri, Ruki, and Aaroniero. And then Ichigo got his own banner. It was a step-up banner, so it was a tad bit more special. So at least most people that weren't playing the game back at this time, no one really ever pulled on this particular banner because like it just wasn't worth it. Ichigo was right there. Even though he wasn't the best, I would still rather pull for him on that banner over a banner like this. But with that said, let's talk about the new resurrections. Firstly, starting off with Aaroniero. So because we haven't done a prediction video on these yet, I have no idea what I'm expecting here. Let's see what we're actually going to pick up. So in Aaroniero case, he does have damage taken minus 16%. He is an SP character though, so I'm kind of curious what he's going to pick up on his soul trait. Probably DR and recharge. It would be a combo that we don't see much of. It's very niche combo. I'm not sure if I would ever use those, but I will take it. It's a different type of combination. If I ever need to use it, I would gladly use it. Or maybe it could be stam recovery. That would also be a pretty good one, and it would also make him a better healer to a certain extent, I guess. So for his soul trait, I'm definitely leaning on the side of either recharge or stam recovery. Either or would be good here. And then for his skills, he has Bruiser, Devastation, Frenzy, Long Reach, Medic, and also Sprinter +1. And at this point, we got to say it again. If you're not 1,000 Year Blood War, you're most likely only going to get 7 skills instead of 8. So unfortunately, this character is only going to pick up 1 skill here, which is kind of unfortunate because picking up 2 skills could have given him Berserker and then also Havoc, which would have made him better. But it looks like here, if he's only going to pick up 1 skill, it's either 20% Havoc or 20% Berserker. And I feel like in this case, they're going to give him 20% Berserker. So in this case, when it comes to his resurrection, he did pick up 16% stam recovery, which overall I think is probably the best soul trait he could have gotten because, again, recharge and DR, we don't have much of, but it's not really like the most optimal link. Stam recovery and DR, it makes sense. You want to take less damage, and you also want to heal yourself. This could be useful for altering some hard content. I personally don't mind it, and I think I've used links like this in the past. When it comes to his skills, though, he did get a 10% increase on his Bruiser, but also at the same time did pick up an additional 20% damage inflicted at full stamina. I guess that's actually quite good. Instead of picking up Berserker, which is what we were expecting, the full stam just makes sense, right? You have 2 ways to heal yourself from your SA2 and also moving into another room. So for the most part, this character isn't going to struggle staying at full stamina. And that at the same time now increases the damage that he does on his soul bomb and also normal attacks. Not that it really matters, but in terms of an upgrade, again, for being a seasonal character, not a non-1,000 Year Blood War character that's being limited by the skill cap, only having 7, unfortunately, I would say this is a pretty good resurrection. I mean, he basically got what I was expecting or wanted from this character, so not too bad. Not too bad. Next up, though, we have Rukia, which, fun fact, this artwork was actually in the game years before the character even came out. I'm pretty sure it's the only time we ever saw that, so I think when this character came out, it wasn't really a shock. It was more so, oh, finally, she's here. But in this case, she does have a recovered 25% stamina between quest areas. So I'm going to assume here when it comes to her resurrection, she's going to pick up strong attack recharge. It only makes sense here. No other soul trait would make sense to go alongside this unless it's also DR, which is what Aaroniero picked up. But I highly doubt they're going to give her damage reduction. When it comes to her skills though, she has Bruiser, Devastation, Frenzy, Long Reach, Paralysis Restoration, and also Sprinter +1. So again, very similar to Aaroniero here, only going to get 1 new skill. It's either going to be 20% Berserker, 20% Havoc, or if they're feeling frisky, like they do with Aaroniero, they're going to give a full stamina damage. I'm just going to assume 20% Berserker, and that's really about it. Which a 20% Berserker on top of recharge, I mean, it'll make her a better character. It wouldn't change her much, but it would make her a tad bit better. So let's see what she did get. Upon resurrecting, she got damage inflicted at full stamina. Okay, interesting. Do we have many links like that? I think we do, but I don't mind actually. And then alongside that, when it does come to her skills, she did pick up the 20% Berserker. So It's not like super amazing, but it's better than what I just expected. I was expecting her to get a 36% increase on her strong attack damage, which she essentially got. She got the 20% berserker, but the soul trait, instead of just being 16% strong attack damage or 10% recharge, they gave her full stamina damage, which as always is better, right? It also makes sense with the full stamina damage, you want to be at full stamina, so having that way to heal yourself every time you move into another map, and this is a 25% heal too. It's actually quite good. It will allow her or any potential other hard character to stay at full stamina because you can now link it to other characters. That again also increases the damage she does on her soul bomb and also her strong attacks, which on top of the 20% berserker, she is now, I guess, a tad bit better. Still lacking on the recharge. This is now the second rookie resurrection, I guess, in the last 2 or so months that didn't pick up recharge, which I don't think is a bad thing. But yeah, I guess overall decent resurrection for what we expect from these characters. And that now takes us to the final New Year's character, Mayuri. A very fun character, loved the design. Probably one of the better seasons in the game in terms of like what they wanted to do with this character, right? Now in his case, he is a 12% recharge soul trait. So when it comes to his second soul trait here, they really could do anything. Now I would like to say strong attack damage, but I feel like they could just give him like paralysis duration or something like that. I'm not entirely too sure. We've been getting quite a few good soul traits lately that I feel like we're bound to get a status omen duration. Hopefully not lacerate though. But on top of that, again, very similar to a lot of the characters released around this time. 6 skills: Bruiser, Debilitator, Devastation, Enhancer, Frenzy +1, and also Sprinter +1. This character is severely lacking on the DPS factor. Doesn't have Havoc, doesn't have Berserker, so we're most likely going to see something similar to happen to the other 2 characters here, where this character, upon resurrecting, is going to pick up a 20% Berserker, and then they're going to give him something different on his soul trait. And having a look at what he did pick up, he did receive Poison Duration -55%. I'll see that's good in a minute, but when it comes to his skills, he did get a 20% Berserker. So in terms of an upgrade on the skills, it's what we expect here. For the soul trait, again, not surprised if they went down the duration route. In my opinion, those traits aren't really too bad, especially if we look at what Technique has to offer right now. So you know what? I will actually gladly take this soul trait. If we sort by recharge and poison duration and then sort by technique, you will see here that there's no character in the technique attribute that has this combination. So this was a soul trait that we actually needed. So it's not really too bad. Again, I know a lot of people are always looking for strong attack damage and recharge, but we already have a lot of those. At least in my case, I don't really need any more. But a soul trait like this, I can definitely see myself using, especially in something like IT, for example. Maybe I'm using Uryu, the 1000-year Blood War version. I'm farming inheritance trials to get super potions and normal potions, and then maybe there's going to be status ones on the floor, poison ones, for example. I can now use that Mayuri link. There aren't too many poison and recharge duration soul traits, so I actually kind of like this one. And again, it's the first with the technique attribute, so I can't really complain about that. I think it's a pretty good resurrection, all things considered. And then now that takes us to this man right here, QUINCY ICHIGO. Now, we did talk about him in last week's video when we talked about the 1000-year Blood War round 4 predictions. I did talk about QUINCY ICHIGO potentially getting a resurrection sometime soon. And in this case, I said nothing's going to save him, because I don't think anything can save him here. Now, of course, he's going to get a good soul trait. That's the only good thing about him right here, is that he's probably going to pick up a good soul trait. As for the skills, even if this character picks up like Havoc and Berserker, which would be a good upgrade, his strong attacks are terrible. Nothing's going to change him, but I am hoping he does get a good resurrection in terms of what he actually can pick up. So, firstly, when it comes to his soul trait, strong attack recharge time -14%. Since he is an anniversary-esque character, I don't see them giving him the short end of the stick here when it comes to resurrecting, especially on that second soul trait. So I'm fully expecting him here to pick up either strong attack damage or damage inflicted at full stamina, which if he does pick up is actually one of the best links in the entire game. Hopefully full stamina damage, that's better. And considering that 2 other characters resurrected here also picked up full stamina damage, I'm hoping he does get the same treatment. Recharge, especially a 14% recharge and full stamina or strong attack damage, is going to be a very good upgrade in terms of a soul trait, and it will also increase his damage. When it comes to his skills, he has a 20% bruiser, 5-second debilitator, 40% devastation, immune to freeze, frenzy +1, and also 2 flash steps. Since he has 2 skills here, the big question is he going to get treated like a 1000-year Blood War character? Is he going to get 2 skills, or is he only going to get 1? I'll be really disappointed here if he only gets 1 new skill. I feel like, if anything, he also deserves to get the 8 skill cap. I think he deserves more, but he really does deserve here to get 20% Havoc, 20% Berserker, and also strong attack damage or full stamina damage on the soul trait. If it gets all those 3 things, I would say that's a good resurrection. Is it going to make him playable? It'll make him better. I don't think it'll make him playable, but we'll see how it goes. So when it comes to the soul trait, he did get strong attack damage plus 16%. I will take it. Again, I would have preferred full stamina damage, but 16% strong attack damage with 14% recharge is a very good combination. And then when it comes to his skills, he got a 10% increase on his bruiser, now going up to 30%, and he got power droplet drop rate plus 17%. What? Nah, that is dirty. I am disappointed, man. Again, I said last week I didn't have hope for him. What are they doing? So, wow, that's sad to see. That is very sad to see. So what we're seeing here is that even though he is an anniversary character, again, released for Global Anniversary, end of year, was a special character, even then, they don't want to give him 8 skills like 1,000 Year Blood War characters again. And that kind of sucks because, again, he could have picked up 20% Havoc, 20% Berserker, and that would have made him a tad bit better. Even having said that, he did pick up drop rate, which if you saw our 1,000 Year Blood War Ichigo showcase, I said it was a very good resurrection because he got a 30% increase on droplets, and that makes him quite good in my opinion. It makes him more usable. And you think the same would be seen here, but unfortunately, what we are seeing is that if you do get a droplet increase skill, if you're not a 1,000 Year Blood War character, you're not getting 30%, you're getting 17%, and that's quite bad. I would have been okay with it if it was a 30% increase because it's in line with the new characters, but 17% is quite outdated, and I'm not gonna lie, that even for me, which normally I think I would like to say I have like an inline idea on what characters are gonna get with Resurrected, very rarely do I get disappointed because I usually know what to expect. In this case, this is disappointing me. I'm not gonna lie. I did have much expectation here, but this character definitely could have been treated better. More damage, more range would have been nice, but at the very least, if you're gonna give him droplet drop rate, give him 30%, man. Come on, K-Lab. But with that said, at the very least, for those that want to use this Ichigo, you can still use him now. I guess you could take him into Droplet Zone and get those droplets. And I guess if you're stressed about his droplet drop not being 30%, you could just give him the droplet links, and I guess that'll be fine for farming Droplet Zone. So I guess with that said, that is the 4 new resurrections coming to the game on the 13th. They're going to get announced on the 12th officially. I think the main point here is that we have 4 characters to resurrect here, so if you do own them, you're getting like 300 orbs. QUINCY ICHIGO at the very least is a tad bit more valuable to have now, and at the same time is a very good soul trait. That's the main thing to take away from Ichigo's resurrection, is that he is one of the best soul traits in the speed attribute now. Hanataro and Rukia being Chrono Quest bonus characters are now getting resurrected, which is good. Still would like to see them go back and resurrect some of the other Chrono Quest bonuses. And overall, I would like to say here that we got some useful links. I would say 4 useful links, mainly 3. One of them's a bit of a niche. But overall, in terms of the link aspect, not too bad. So with that said, hope you lads enjoyed the video. In the comments below, let me know what you lads think about these 4 new characters' resurrections. And I guess at this point, we continue the wait to see 1,000 Year Blood War Round 4's resurrection. Hope you lads enjoyed the video. I'll see you lads next time. Take care and peace.